So, so I think I make now a short video. I think I make now a short video and I see I have the cam as a microphone because I see a stream and I think I have to comment this and why it is not bullshit. Why quantum physics, you can prove it for yourself. And my brother put himself inside and sent me directly when I want to start the stream. Put him inside and take my ground in my mind. And I think so, yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very, very, very much. So anyway, it have to do quantum physics, why it isn't bullshit. Now I have lost. Why my brother doing this? He's directly straight into my plan and sipping my reaction into a nonsense. I can't believe in it. Why he's doing this? Why? I don't understand why he's doing this. I mean, he have not starting with it. I call all the time the mass of all things. And why he sabotage my opinion? I don't understand it. I mean, I began this over 15 years ago. Or, yeah, over 15 years ago. I began with the mass of all things, and he come and... yeah. So I have seen a video from some strange journalist, ideologic, capture, stream, critical, hoax, and she said there is a scientist. He say quantum mechanics, quantum physics is all bullshit, and it's not real. So that's a lie. It's not a lie. It is simply failed. So quantum physics is an absolutely real situation, possibility, and you can proving it. You can really proving it if you are a some higher level professional on science like quantum physics. So now I have found the way back. It was he take it away, and I have now found the way back. So it is the mass of all things is one thing we are living on this earth. So we have the magnet field around the earth and all that stuff, and inside of that we are live between air and ground, and this is the concept of one kind of quantum physics. You can say quantum physics on earth. It's maybe not the same quantum physics proportions like quantum physics in space, but you can say also if you know that the universal is endless, great, endless, right? There is one point you have to say it is. You cannot say it's not. But when you take the possibility that it is endless, what is maybe a fail, because maybe it's not endless, the universe, you can say, you can put that finger, cut it off, and can say, there will be a galaxy watching exactly like this cutted finger. But you don't know why, and you cannot prove that it is wrong. But when you take a photo in maybe 1,000 years, you see exactly a cutted finger. This looks like a cutted finger. It's the blood outside here also. It looks exactly the same. Right, so And it's changing slowly over millions of years. First it was so, and then it was so. It looks exactly like the cutted finger. It is the cutted finger, we don't know. Anyway, now I've lost it again. So, where I was. So there's just one. So, why quantum physics work? If you are lost everything and you're doing something, this is the point of all about this dogma or stigmata. It's called stigmata, and dogma is a proof of quantum physics. And you have not failed understanding dogma or stigmata, and the scientist is normally not proved in dogma and stigmata, so they are not proved inside of that kind. What does it mean? It is simple. There are mechanics on the earth, and you cannot broke them, right? So there are politics on that earth. They can broke them. There are mobs on this earth. They can broke them. They ever think they can broke these rules. But there are also rules they cannot get broken. And this exactly is what is change everything when you say quantum mechanics isn't possible, right? So if you change it, quantum mechanics will change it into the right direction. This is not meaning that you can bullshit all the time and quantum mechanics will change it into the right direction. It is meaning time will come and the answer will follow. This is meaning if you have a bunch of peoples and you never give them a löffel in the hand, they don't know what is a löffel to eat, right? And they do it with their hands, as example. And quantum physics will change that these peoples begun to take a löffel. It changed their opinion to take it with the hands, to change it, take it with a löffel. This is only example, but it will change after a time. So we are not walking naked, we are walking with clothes. There are maybe some roots out there, they are walking naked, but we are going walking with clothes. And one of quantum physics part is that we are live in a place where this is gonna change our mind to do the same like other peoples do. And this is not a quantum physics process. This is a normal pre-social process. But quantum physics doing the same, and this is then going into the dogma or into the stigmata. So you cannot rule a bad choice and be not get affected by some disease or by some faults, right? You get into a quantum physics process where you get stopped in that false process, and this is also a part of quantum physics. This is maybe a little bit difficult to understand, but there is a good example. How I can tell you this? So there is a man in a town, and this man in a town creates the water, right? The water, the like you take a man like not Osama bin Laden, Da Vinci, right? You take Da Vinci. And Da Vinci is a really great genius and everything, but you have to think that Da Vinci to this time was totally hated by the peoples. Because every idea he had was the idea of another guy of the town, right? So you have a town of genius guys, but nobody knows how the machine exactly works, right? You have to understand this. Nobody of this town knows how exactly the machine of Da Vinci works because all of the peoples of the town hate Da Vinci, who have created the machines. So then comes the part where Da Vinci say, okay, these people hate me, I go away, right? So they have these ideas and these machines, but nobody of these peoples know how it works. So they burned down all the machines because they mean they are more serious than Da Vinci, and they burn it down to forget what it's happened. And this is quantum mechanics. This is quantum physics. So these peoples take the part of Da Vinci, but they didn't know how it works, and so they burn it down. And Da Vinci say, okay, then I have to go. Right, that's quantum mechanics. So the machine not get used that the peoples profit from. These machines are not get used that the peoples can profit from. The machines get burned down. Right. So now Da Vinci goes to another town and make there his work. And in the other town, right, the people from this town say, Da Vinci have stolen our ideas. Right? Da Vinci have stolen our ideas. He is not real, because they don't know that they have burned down their machines because they don't know how it works. So he go to the other town, began his work, and then come the peoples from this other town where they burn Da Vinci's machines and say he is not real. He's doing fake. He has stolen our ideas. Right? And all peoples believe it in the twice sound too, because there was more mass. There it's going to the mass of all things. So then they believe it because the peoples all was the same, have all the same interests, and then they believe it too, right? So Da Vinci goes from the twice and go town away, right? And then the twice town and the first town come in conflict because they say, you don't know how the machine works, you're lying. It was his idea, right? It was his idea because you have no idea how the machine works. You just lied to us. It was his idea, right? And then it comes to a conflict between these two towns, right? So the first town get to the liar, and the other town was first misunderstood the truth. And this is one kind of quantum mechanics, what it is impossible to break the rule of quantum mechanics. It is the functionality of politicians and all that stuff to break and get into an endless timeline of non-critical effect what is here happened. In these two cases, in this case, these two towns began to war because they get as liars and they lose their genius, right? And they get in war because they found out that they lied. But the word of Da Vinci was absolutely nonsense to this time. He was just the guy stole the work of the other town, right? And then here it is start on quantum mechanics exactly in this case. This is then called the stigmata or the dogma, right? When these towns began into war. This is called quantum mechanics. This is the one of the first ground of quantum mechanics. And this you can get also higher in a higher and higher wild of a firmament, what is for human conditions no more reachable as a mathematically part of logic. And this can happen. And in quantum mechanics, there are strong rules where they are dropped in and they are happened. And this is called future prophecy. So there it begins future prophecy. And that's quantum mechanics. And this has happened and this is real. So the people don't understand quantum mechanics and quantum physics. They believe not that Da Vinci have doing these machines, right? They believe they have self doing these machines. And there it's begun with all about quantum mechanics. So this is not justice or law, it is quantum mechanics. It is like future prophecy. But it is in an extreme ending in that it is come into a complex of chins. What is meaning that you are the only person in reality and you are all over about chins. And it makes all much more difficult. It makes all so much difficult that you get 18 and the World Trade Center get attacked. And this will change your whole future. So there's only answer. You are surrounded from angels, from fallen angels. That you are the only human in a kind of angels of chins. And it's get really, really complicated. But that's all quantum mechanics also inside of it.